Hello, it's Dr. Patrick Price with the Houston International Wellness Center. Welcome to a day of using the JTech device. Now, the JTech device is an adjuster that's made for anybody doing body work. But this video is mostly for those using chiropractic because you're going to be working with the spine. So, like we said, the left hand of the doctor, this is basically it right here, guys. It makes your day much easier, your work much more efficient, and it's no pain. So when you use the adjuster, it's easy on the body, and at the end of the day, you go home and you're not so tired and you're rested and you have your energy ready for the next day. And that's the best part about having the right tools, is making sure you, the doctor, stay rested, you don't wear out your bodies, and you can continue work for many years. Today I have Cheryl with me today. She's got some different weaknesses in the body we found earlier. Like other videos you've seen, you're going to see the psoas go weak on her today, but I'm going to show you a variation of what we did earlier. And so when you look at the psoas, those go to the kidneys. And so today, you got other muscles that go to the kidneys, the upper traps. So when she tilts her head back in this position and her shoulder up, you'll see this doesn't hold, okay? That is the upper trap. She has this actually on both sides. Lift your shoulder, head back, and you'll see the weaknesses on both sides. She can't hold the contraction. So the upper traps here also show that someone's dehydrated. So there's many things you can look at chemically and go on with, but today we're going to focus on the JTech. So what I'd like her to do is go and lay on her back. I'm going to go in the supine position. Now, like another video we shot earlier, we showed the psoas muscles themselves not holding a contraction. And over here, we see the same thing. Okay? Now, normally when you see both, you can think back to the atlas. Our previous video showed us that she could touch right here. Touch right there. I'm going to go this. This would turn the legs back on, but in her case, it does not. This has no interaction. So we know it's not the cervical spot of the atlas on the right side. So what we do know is the psoas muscles are connected to your kidneys. So the kidneys rest at the last rib on both sides. So we're going to have her go put her hand on the negative side. There's always a positive and negative to check. And she's going to hold it where the kidney is. So as she does, this should give us a good indication. Now she's got power. She's got power. And if I check these upper traps, we'd find the same thing. But for simplicity purposes, I just want to show you how to, first of all, find and locate where the issue is. Now I'm going to have her let go of this and let her turn over now. We're going to start face down. So a prone position. Now, instead of just going straight to the area, I like to go through the checks. So as a doctor of chiropractics watching this video, he'll see the JTech that there is a flow. There's a flow method that I created that I enjoy, and you can use on every patient at almost any age. Now, when we go through the flow, we're always going to check the shoulders. Hold it strong. Locks. And of course the lats. 3 nice checks there. All good and strong. Remember, the rear deltoids, let this come up a little higher. If anybody has any cervical issues, you're going to see this weaken as such. So I'm going to go to Cheryl's neck here. What I'm going to do is touch the cervicals. I want you to look a little closer at the neck here. Okay. So I'm going to put pressure on the rear deltoid. I'm going to scan her neck. And as I go to C6, it locks. But look, it doesn't lock here. It locks when I go to this angle. So when I find this particular angle, I'm going to go down to my one ring, it's the JTech, and my impulse 3 times right there. And she goes up here again, solid as a rock. Look at that. Hold this one up here, and of course her lats. Good. Now, just to show you again, not just even the traps, we'll show the erectors back here as well. She just don't get your arms involved, let her head lift up, and you'll see that she don't have power here either in her neck. Okay, so it's not just the upper traps. And know this, right here is tender on like every patient. Right where those upper traps come and that tendon inserts in the back of the skull back here, they're going to be tender on almost every person. This is a huge neurovascular spot, as we call it. So when I go to work with this kidney area, I'm going to find probably these spots will show up. But let's do the protocol. So checking the hamstrings again, strong, reversing the foot, toes up. Okay. And then we'll have her rotate in, strong, rotate out, strong, and check the glutes. Okay, now look here, if I let go of her leg, if I let go, she's not holding it very well. So that's another indicator of muscle groups on the other side. And this goes right back to that upper trap. So before I work on that, let's check a few others. Hold the strong. Same checks over here. Toes up. So we know it's not her adrenals because both the calves are working well. And from the internal rotation and the external and the glutes. Okay. Now this one she locks. She holds good and strong over here. Over here, strong. Okay, and that holds. Now, once again, we know here, we know her psoas muscles in the front, but watch right here. No power. But as I touch the spot, look what happens. She gets power. And I look again at the angle. So here we're gonna go. We're gonna go just one ring in, and right where the tendon is, now you can't see she's got a lot of hair back there, right? But I'm just gonna go right over that tendon as I kind of impulse and go down on the tendon, all right? Hold this up. Solid, look at that. So as I hold her leg up and she holds it up, she can hold it by herself now, as you can see. Okay? So there we know that the upper trap insertion on the back of the skull is one place for sure. All right, now, we checked the kidney reflex in the back a moment ago. Bring your hand back there again, showing the kidney. So at the last rib, now some patients may not be able to do this, you have to use other techniques, but notice that still, I can use any indicator, it doesn't matter, let this leg down, any muscle in the back, and there's still a weakness, all right? So what we do with this is whatever indicator you choose to use, as she's holding, she can actually make a fist, be very specific on the kidney, is we're going to scan the body. All right, and there we go. Now you'll find when you go to push on it, it's tender, all right? I'm going to go about 3 rings up. And I go right above it too, just to make sure. All right. Now she places her fist right back on the same spot. You'll see that any muscle we push after that. Put this down. Put this down. Look how nice and strong that is. Okay. Now let's turn back over. So we went where? We used the J-Tech right on the upper trap. We use it right in the middle of the spine, the thoracic area, about T12. Let's see if it made any changes here. Open it, hold it strong. Good and solid. And over here, strong, good and solid. So as you see, hitting the right spots in the back of the body, in the thoracic area, or lower thoracic, and going to the upper trap, not only turned on other muscles in the back, but turned on what? Her psoas muscles. Just checking here to make sure, checking different angles. Doctors, you don't have to learn a lot of the muscle testing if you choose not to, but it's good to find an indicator, because if you're doing just the J-Tech for your job, you should be able to check some kind of indicator muscle to know that it's complete. Because if you have a patient coming in for the same thing over and over again, you need to test the muscles and see after the treatment that that muscle is holding good and tight. And besides using your nutrition and different things and that such, the J-Tech alone can keep these muscles to hold in place and have a happier, painless patient. So I'm going to check the back of the head again. Not her atlas, I'm touching the spots that were at the neurovascular spots. Okay, now let's sit her up. Okay, so the last places were the upper traps. Let's put her back this way, raise the shoulder up. Strong. Over here. And strong, good, solid. So everything that was weak when we first began is back on. And all we did was use the J-Tech device. Guys, I'm Dr. Price today. Thank you for watching. Watch more videos. The J-Tech is an excellent tool to have in your practice. And like I said, it is a left hand of the chiropractor. Have a great day.